Fortnite.
Hi there. So, welcome to our Battleground, our Breakup Battleground, a Fortnite solos tournament we're doing at the end of the term for any Glenwood boys who wanted to participate. It's been a bit of a rough term for everybody, and this just feels like a good way to let off some steam, end the term off, and really get into the mode of holidays. Now, we all know I am not one who knows this game very well, or in fact at all, as you'll soon come to realize if you haven't yet. So I've brought up with us a very kind guest to join us, and that is Ultrism here, hosting off of ACGL and just a bunch of other places, to come in and give us some opinions and thoughts and comments more related to gameplay. And I'll just let him fill you in on the rest.
Welcome, guys. I'm not going to say I'm the expert in Fortnite. I have very few hours in the game, and this game changes so often. But I do get to work with AR on the ACGL Schools League. I get to watch what the entirety of the country has to offer in terms of Fortnite. And when we have these updates, I mean, we had one basically yesterday. And so there's a whole bunch of new stuff that's added. I'm not going to be the one analyzing, and sorry, ma'am, about all the in-depth strategies that these youngsters are going to be able to do. They know this game way better than I. I'm just here because I really enjoy watching what the new generation of Fortnite players can do, and this game is always exciting. So what a cool way, and well done to you and the rest of Glenwood for putting this together as a Breakup Day Fortnite Fiesta. I love it.
Okay, great. So let's get the match started, and hopefully I don't mess this up.
You got this. We got this. How many matches are we playing today, by the way?
I think 3 or 4, maybe 5. See how the day takes us.
5 games of Fortnite would be a long time, and it's interesting to see like how people adapt their strategies over that, the names that come up. I'm very interested. How many people do we have for this? Because like for a single school to put up an entire Fortnite tournament on their own is pretty impressive.
So we've currently got, I believe, 22
Nice.
involved. There were a couple others who did want to join, so we might have in future matches a few more of them that come in.
Nice. 22 is already good. So if we're going in and we are doing solos, you told me that beforehand, last one standing wins. And so this really, it changes things up a lot from what I've seen in terms of like the ACGL Schools League, which is normally trios. You know, in the trios, you got to work together. You got to be able to communicate. And that's where the really nice practice that your team's putting in comes to the fore. But in solos, there's a lot more cheeky play. There's the hide around the door frame and third person peek until the guy comes through, and then you use a shotgun and kill him before he even knows that you're there. So definitely sneakiness.
And this is why we have the 30-second delay on for this stream. So they're hearing this in the future. Time travel is almost fun.
You can travel in time as much as you want, but only in one direction, unfortunately. That's the big problem. All right, we are in here. So ma'am, some of the big updates we need to know about here is there are random meteors floating down from the sky that can change the entire landscape and make people have to reevaluate their games. Obviously, some guns went out, some new ones came in. There's assault rifles. One of the cool ones I'm interested in is the guided missile launcher. When you put a missile launcher in any first-person or any shooting game, you set yourself up for explosive action, I guess, in the most literal way.
Yes, you would, in fact. Makes sense to me. Things will explode. And I think that will bring some entertainment for the rest of us, at least.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, yeah.
I mean, especially people like me who have no idea what they're doing. So to give a little bit of a behind the scenes here, I am listed as one of the players. So my tactic is to essentially sacrifice my character to go into spectate mode. So we are currently just watching me fall to the ground without deploying anything in the hopes that it can get me.
Auto deploys. There's an ocean just behind you right now. So I think. Oh no, no! You dropped down very center. Okay, so go to the mountain on the right hand side here, and then yep, and jump off the mountain. This is high quality spectating strategies, guys. All the pros use this, by the way. You gotta jump at some stage.
Yes.
Oh, go up to the very top. No one else seems to have died yet, which is a good sign,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think that's what the strategy is going to be for most of these guys in the beginning. You know, like, you don't want to take up fights without it. Yes, this is...
Will I ever die?
Now we're just going to do that a couple more times. Great.
Any day now.
And you happen to fall on, like, some of the best gold loot there ever. Oh, that's a much better clip there.
Yeah, I'm seeing a clip that looks much nicer.
You also can't, like, just feed yourself to one of the students because then they get free kills.
I would love to if I could find any of them, but realistically...
Someone come kill me!
Okay.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a true jump.
Who said Fortnite was hard? It's impossible to kill yourself.
All I want to do is not be in the game, but not be winning.
So next strategy for the next map. We're all learning, guys. This is the way this works. The next match, I think we head straight towards the edge. So you can just, yes! 19th. That means that there were some people who have already...
Yep, just saw it come up on the side. Somebody has killed somebody.
Alright. I cannot see players' names. But there we go. So you're going to just have to read out the players' names. And you're going to have to also tell me who we're looking out for. You obviously know by now. You've been doing this for a while. You know your best players. Or do you not want to spoil it?
I don't want to spoil it too much. So I'm just going to pull up my list of player names here so I can keep track of who is who. Because with this many children and this many usernames, I am definitely not going to remember. So anonymous names, I cannot tell you who they are. That is just simply not an option. So obviously they just aren't interested in being talked about.
Yeah. And I wonder if you'll actually be able to even keep track of their points. Because are you doing like most number of points or most number of first places or just general good vibes per game?
General placement and vibes, and then we'll take it as the best overall placement and vibes, and bring out a couple of certificates at the start of next term in our first welcome back assembly. But just those players who really did well and
nice. Maybe we can give like one to each of the victors, a certificate to each victor, and then like an overall MVP of the day of someone who like really like showed up in a lot of the games.
That would be a good idea. So at the moment we're looking at Bradley Craig, who is showing us some action on the beach.
Yes, that's a nice sight going on there. Getting some decent weapons together. A good purple assault rifle is really nice. One of the big things that I've noticed in the recent seasons is that mobility is a lot more limited. And mobility, being able to close that distance to your opponent, means that you get different weapons being viable, right? So something like a shotgun really excels in a season where you can get close to your opponents. Now you're looking more at your like mid to long range, so your assault rifles, your DMRs, your sniper rifles tend to be pretty good, and then something like a shotgun or a SMG is kind of there just to finish off someone, unless you've got that scoped SMG that's part of this new season, and that has the ability.
Background couple seconds ago, Kaz taking out Buckhat, so Ethan George taking out Ethan on Ethan violence here.
Now I wonder if they, with these youngsters, how much they target or they target their friends. Like if you play with someone a lot, you know where they tend to drop. So do you go to the other side of the map and then you... This is a question that we have no answer to, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very personal choice for these students, but do you like track down your friend and meme on him? Or do you maybe go to the other side because you know that they are a little bit too much of a challenge coming? Yeah, there we see the redundant reboot ban.
Or do they go into quiet alliances?
Oh, that would be See, you got that nefarious streak about you. I like that. You have the mind of a gamer. Well, how do we actually like use the system? So, great. Getting some nice mats up here. This is the core of build mode, and I really like to see people who have the awareness to get up the they can. It's not just about the guns. Positioning laser, being able to control stuff the end zones is really nice. Get high ground on your opponents, or even just like if the final couple of zones are near cliffs, you don't have the materials to build nice slopes up the side of there. You can get yourself pinned out of position very quickly.
Well, let's see.
There was a rocket launcher.
Yeah, let's see who else we can have a look at. So we are currently switching to Lelo. Sorry for the pronunciation. I will do my best, but it isn't the tongue I'm working with. So there we are. Operating.
How do these guys not have like in-game names? What is this new generation putting their like birth certificate?
You know, I don't question too many things anymore.
This is the internet. You do not put your names there, guys.
Well,
But can you press tab for me? Can we see what the map looks like? I think it's tab. Can we see? I have no idea how to run Fortnite. Why are we dancing now?
I don't know. I'm
just having the best time. That's the vibes we're looking for here.
Yep. We have somebody just hiding in the corner here. Who do we have at the moment? We've got Melapute Duma, grade 8, who's just
in his pajamas.
Yep.
Fully out here just having a relaxed time.
Holiday mode enabled.
Those pajamas are not going to be changed for the next 2 weeks. Teenage woes and not showering. Name a more iconic viewer. I mean, fair. Nice. Shout out to Crazy, good, strong gun. I like it. But we haven't seen any action. That's what I'm worried about. This solos mode, it tends to happen or just be avoided.
Okay, I'm gonna switch those again. Let's see if we can...
Yeah, let's flick around until we see people shooting at each other.
Okay, we have at the moment...
Inventories there. I think those are shockwave grenades. There, if that's big. I know those might be the porta forts, actually, which is an instant building that you can throw down below you, which is really nice if you need some quick cover. We'll see. That's the little grenade-looking things, I think.
Ah, interesting.
Again, like guys, I don't have like the entirety of the. I've got the patch notes open in front of me, but I don't have the pictures of it, what everything looks like. So, good sniper rifle there, good shotgun in hand. No one even close on the map though, and decides to go for a little dance contest.
Let's switch again, see how many others we can find. So at the moment...
Ooh, the wielding fight. What is this? Yeah, it's this gun. Ooh. I also don't know what their like limited loot is. Every season has those defining mythics that you can get. So,
well, that would keep it interesting for everybody in the game. I'm going to switch and see if we get somebody else.
This is the OG seasons, which I think actually goes back to more of the gunplay. So this is now just about loot, not like weird characters or special effects or superpowers that you bring into the game. Although there's like hints that Scorpion. Oh, here we go. This is fine. Oh, around the corner. Great. great shot comes out there, and again, shotguns.
Got a wonderful shot there by Florence, also of our Valorant team. Coming out. Even I can see that.
Don't have a good day.
I love great day. Oh, you know when someone's rocking up an honest skin in the least serious way possible.
Well, maybe for the people of our age group and
Don't have a good day.
parents that might remember him
great
as not
day.
in pajamas, which was
Yeah.
a time.
Now you have the song stuck in my head. We are not singing that on stream. That's the most important thing. But more importantly, our player here not slipping up in their first attempt. And the first kill that we get to see now takes control of the whole of Crime City. But did you see what I mean about, like, you can hide around a corner, you can you can just wait behind a door, and
Yeah.
the fact that they got that shot off straight away was they just kind of maybe heard the other player sitting around or clomping around, and then was able to sneak up on them.
We're getting some background action here, but I'm not quite seeing. So, let's see.
Great.
I think we got another. No idea who they are.
No, yeah, on the map, yeah.
Moving forward. We've got somebody waiting on the edge of the map.
Let's stay with them for a bit.
Already clicked next, we got Smudge. So we are.
Actually, also pretty close to the edge of the zone. Let's hang out here. Ooh, what a beautiful mountain. What fucking is that? Is that something you're taking pieces out of?
Cars shotgunning smashing rig in the background. Ethan killing off Brad McCoy we watched earlier. Ethan George getting off earlier.
Can you do me a favor? That OBS window that you're projecting from, can you make that full screen? Is that possible? Out of interest. Just seeing if that increases its resolution, because I can't even see how many players are left. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. So 11 players left is actually still about half the lobby, and we've got a couple of zones still to go. So I think this is very much the time to relax again, start thinking about your long term. Having blues in your backpack, not exactly a great thing that you want to go towards, but when you've got that mythic shot sniper rifle, that's your opening to any fights. You're just hoping that you're not going to get into any sort of close range and that your opponent's not going to rush you down. I mean, even the mammoth pistol is good enough to threaten anyone who tries to close the distance.
Well, I've got a puppy who is requiring attention. Not sure.
You deal with that. We got Fortnite action. Don't worry.
Excellent.
Shame. Otherwise, you got to bring the dog onto stream. Like, that is the way we work, and then we all swap. So, guys, next time we go to cameras, definitely look out for the dog or demand it. Like, that's what COVID was all about, showing off your pets in your classroom. This is such a weird position to now just sit and bunker up. So I don't know if Mam is able to go to the next player, but hearing the car go past actually on the outside. Now with the snap. When's this such a patient game? Such a peaceful game. Trios, you have the freedom of going, poking, trying, seeing, and then like losing someone. Oh, there we go. Crouches down.
Ooh,
I think
came
that was
back
spotted
just in
out.
time for
Yep,
the
turned.
action.
Yeah, there we go. Starts building up, using the bricks to get that solid base towards the tower. All the way around, but now taking the eyes off their opponents. I don't know if they actually still have an idea of where they are. It's the problem with building a little bit too fast, prioritizing it. Now has to try to run towards the zone, taking continuous damage. It's still one of the early zones, so not going to be ticking too fast. Doesn't have any healing, though, in the backpack, which means you won't be able to shrug off this damage. I think that's why the fight was just kind of abandoned early. But decision-making late into a fight, not a good thing, right? What is the standard rule of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Always be prepared. But you can give the quote.
I was just going with "Don't panic" being the outside cover of it, because when you see an opponent and then that's your first instinct, you gotta kind of have a game plan before. And everyone else who did have a game plan now making their way into the zone. 9 people left. We see a couple more, and that's a nice position. Gets the having a car next to you on one side and a rock on the other side gives you a tiny little channel where people can actually shoot at you. And now taking the high ground, actually, again using the car for extra cover. It will explode, but it will take a couple of bullets before it does that.
Giving at least a little bit of time to escape. Or just not.
That was the time they needed, right? Escape works if you can just go off a cliff.
Yep.
Thankfully, not realistic physics.
Oh, we've got a chaser here.
Rocket League. So sad that you joined Fortnite. But it's nice to see the old cars again and turn this into now Tokyo Drift. Actually more Mad Max now. It's a ricochet open. I don't know if this car is going to get you through the water, but certainly trying to get at least towards cover, buy some time. Gets into the next zone as well. So really good play. They're just going to chug up there. Make sure that they've got all of the health or at least shields back into this space. Quiet now as their opponent does the chase.
Taking out another player here.
Hasn's been brought up a couple of times now.
Yeah, he has tended to
This player is just going from vehicle to vehicle.
Yeah.
The keep away game is the entire PK. Then enough shots. This one's to someone else. This one's not getting involved in the action. Just gonna try to kill it. Car has like no HP left. 73. This thing could explode at a sneeze. Just gets dragged around that it's cold weather. It uses that which is how to a traffic cone. I don't even know how Fortnite skins work anymore, but maybe giving some camouflage to this bush.
Can't hurt. Certainly can't hurt.
Unless you're in the snow, in which case you're standing out like quite dramatically. But on the other side of the zone now, like this is where we start to see the action, all right, man? You're now on the wrong side. Waiting here, you're kind of hoping that someone's going to run out of the zone towards you and you can pick up an easy kill. But you're also putting yourself at a big disadvantage where you got 19 seconds until you have to make a huge long distance. And people who are already there are going to be able to turn around and put pressure on you.
Entertaining. Our player here is just watching some building happening in the background.
It's getting a couple of kills with that. Let's
have a move on.
Patience. This is just going to be a run. Oh, I like the rocket draw. You just look at the mobility. That is the one thing that it can do. So it's not to actually go to the highest ground, but what a cool. A cool new way to zip around. Yeah, let's go to someone else.
That is quite an entertaining way to watch. Switching to somebody whose name I do not have here.
So quiet. Sees the action that's come before. Able to scoop up a couple of nice souvenirs.
We've got one anonymous taking out another anonymous.
The victim is done. There's only 4 players left right now. So it really is now kind of who spots out first and who could be the last one to make a move rather than the first. On your opponent. As soon as you start building, you give away your position because everyone obviously they're kind of attracted to the movement. But it does give you, like, especially when you're using the building to get the high ground, dropping a lot of materials into this. In fact, I don't think it has anything more right now. So kind of chosen their battleground and just gonna have to fight from here.
Well, that'll be interesting. I guess. And the pink circle, well, pink around the circle disappears. Moves it to a new place. I've noticed that happening. I have been paying some attention. The pink area goes, and the non-pink area does.
Welcome to Battle Royales. It's called Storm, by the way.
Okay.
Storm. Shots coming out right now.
Yeah.
Certainly had the aggression. Lands a couple. Taking their own damage from the Storm tick damage. And this one is really starting to hurt. So we use that line of sight around the boulder. Sees him up on the high ground in the far distance. More on the bridge. Another under the bridge. Gonna be able to land a couple more shots. Burning through the bridge. Through the bullets. Gets 57. So close to knocking him down. Still alive. Oh no, they eventually had to come out. Gets the shot, but pays with their own life. Final two. One on the high ground with that number pistol. 100 to start off with. And now just needs to get that last finish. Tries for a cheeky over the top. Does have lots of HP.
We're watching
Got some
Cousin
sliding
now.
down to slide. Go.
Ethan was doing a lot of killing earlier. Really trying to hold on and get this last kill.
And look at that. Takes out the building, then immediately swaps to the finish on that that SMG, I believe it was. Really nice play to come out there. Really comes to start with there's a defining factor in any of these. In like trios or duos, it's a little bit more drawn out to get that cracking points, that go call. But in a solos like this, you take 100 damage off someone else, and you just know you're winning the fight.
Well, let me transition back to our faces. And we do, in fact, as promised, have a little puppy. He
Nice.
is currently sleeping on the lap, so he's not too happy with being shown to the camera. Because he does
Everyone
very
loves
much
you though,
want to
puppy.
go back to sleep. Here we go, boy. There we go. And he's back to sleep now.
There we go. Okay, do we have any final scores from that? Did it show screen at the end?
So
Wow.
I know
No kills or anything.
Cousin was the first one, and then Yatil came. So Ethan came in first. Yatil came in second, third, and fourth. I'm not 100% sure who got who first there, in terms of the last ones to die. So I would need to see the rankings to work that one out.
Normally it displays like most kills or anything like that. That's why, because Kaizen, I think it was, it kept lighting it up, and I was interested to see what the total number of kills was there. You know, even if you don't win, sometimes you win in your own heart when you take out like 6 people.
Oh yes, I can definitely see that. You know, sometimes it's just nice to get one kill.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum, right? At least like 1 for 1, keep that KDA nice and round. But anything else you can get afterwards. All right, we're going to set up the second lobby now, right?
I believe so.
Nice. Any final thoughts? What was your favorite moments? Are you proud of your students?
I'm always proud of my students. They've never made me not proud.
Aw. Don't start now, guys. Don't start now. Mam is counting on you. All right, should we go to a nice quick break while we set up that lobby? And then we can come back.
Sure.
For second of undetermined number of rounds. But hold on to the guys in the first round. This is when you go to break.
I am trying.
We're just going to sit awkwardly and smile at this stage until we go to break.
Everything was so wonderfully set up.
One button, guys. Teachers, you gotta forgive us, teachers. I'm a teacher, so I know what that pressure is like right in front of the class.
I'm going
Guided
to
missile.
switch to the intro screen while I try to figure out what I am doing. And I do say
No, but
try
that'll be good.
because we are not doing well. And we are back after I finally managed to get that Be Right Back screen headed in. We are getting ready with our second match at the moment with players queuing. It looks like we've reached a steady point in the queue. I don't see any more joining for the last minute or so. We haven't had any changes, so I think we might just be about to get started on our second match here.
That was a quiet first match, but it seems like the players were just getting warmed up, right? It's cold, it's raining here. We're all in our jackets in KZN. For those watching from not KZN, if there is anyone out there, but right now the games tend to warm up after game number one. They tend to find out where each other's dropping, maybe some behind the scenes action or some strategies that they've cottoned onto.
Yeah, and we do have that for sure. In the beginning of the first game, I mentioned how they might be sneakily teaming up, and that was definitely the case. So, on our WhatsApp group with the learners, I've noticed a couple of them mentioning which skins were teaming up. I'm coming for them has been a message that's come through a few times from our winner of the previous round as well, with responses to that message like they're cooked and damn and oh no.
I mean, that's an appropriate response when the winner of the last lobby says, "Right, we're not playing this fair fight. I'm hunting you down." That's an intimidating threat because you know they can actually follow through there. So I wonder if people are going to be regretting that now. Fair play. I love that as the attitude of I'm going to enforce law and order on the solos lobby.
It is rather entertaining. The social aspect of this game, I think, is one of the parts that I can understand a lot better, and certainly a part that's quite interesting. And I'm glad we decided to go solos instead of doing trios or any other kinds of teams. I think just having it be solo gives us so much more action to see, potential action to see.
Potential, yeah. Well, I'm keen to get into lobby number 2 then, because I think this time let's try bounce around between them, and don't forget, we've got to jump off the map in the beginning. Just die. But, and then we can actually maybe get to see some of those kills, because that is the only drawback for me about solos, is that it's so hard to find the 7 seconds from the time it takes someone to see their opponents to killing them, and not having access to that map is very frustrating. If any of you guys know how to change it so that we can actually see maybe the map or join in as a spectator, not just a player, please message Mam on the WhatsApp group. Just like put it out there. That would be very, very useful for a tutorial right now. But otherwise, yeah, the action's still fun to watch. And I mean, that was a great finale. Typically, that's what I really like to see, is like, what do you have left when you get to like facing that final showdown?
Well, I'm just letting them know they can start. I don't think they understood my first message, but we'll get there eventually.
It's a beautiful thing trying to do casting and all the production and managing the lobbies at the same time, right?
Beautiful is a word for it, sure.
So your eyes just go off in different directions, trying to like watch.
If beauty is chaos, then in fact, yes, it is fantastically beautiful, stunning. In fact,
there we go, guys. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder of chaos, the eye of Cthulhu or something like that. Nice, back into game number 2, with threats and promises hanging over everyone.
Let's see if those are met. I can see
10 people in there so far. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Exactly what you did there. That was tab, right?
No, that was M for map.
Right, obviously. Because that's right next to the WASD. Right? So we got a map then. We can maybe look at that. And then at least we can kind of spot out where people are going to be back. Oh, you got to crouch. You got to crouch and return.
It's very cute that you think I know what crouch is.
It's control. It's always control. I think it might be C. I could be completely wrong. Okay, jump. And then turn around and go to the ocean. So long way down. Can you just like press forwards? I think to fall faster, like W. There we go. 14 minutes later. Do you know there is a way to put away your glider as well? Like leave for days? I have no idea. How long can you swim for? Did we just make a massive mistake? I don't know how to get myself along.
I don't seem to be drowned.
Typically don't.
I seem to
Okay.
be floating. So we're
Huh.
gonna go to this
Huh.
mountain over here.
Now that we have no mountains to work with.
Well, we've got this one over here, so we'll just go for the old faithful jump off a cliff. Okay, well, whoever just didn't stick the landing, kindly let me know how you did that, because I would love to love to join in on that.
I see a bridge.
I see a bridge as well. I think.
Oh, there's the whole temple. No. Keep. Oh, yeah. No. No. Still no. We need to get better at dying early.
I really do need to get better at dying early. And I have nothing here. Let's see if this is going to...
He's gonna jump into water. You're not gonna do anything.
I was hoping I would land on that rock to the side of the water, but
Not nearly high enough.
hope was a four-letter word that did me dirty. Maybe I should just tell them where I'm going to be on the WhatsApp group and see who kills me.
Actually, hunt the fox kind of thing. I am running around in this skin in this area. First one to kill me gets a free
Free
flag.
kill. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen DJ Soul Crusher eliminating sticks. And I'll get those names now. Oh, goodness. There's all just water everywhere around me here, so it is going to be a little bit difficult to take myself out. Apparently I am insistent on sliding. My character just really wants to survive this game.
There's all those hours in Skyrim and the rest of the RPGs learning how to fall from the gigantic heights.
You know, those many hours of climbing mountains with paintbrushes has led to something. Please kill
Nice.
me.
Oh.
Well, if anybody knows where I am, that's a cute.
Well, we're playing GeoGuessr Fortnite edition.
GeoGuessr Fortnite edition. Sure, why not? I
I
see
think
the
you're by the
bridge.
span. Yeah. Please tell me that thing's not called span.
Bridge is
No.
not the bridge that I can use. Okay, let's see if
Are
I
you
can-
back to this?
I believe I'm on the
this cliff?
exact same cliff, yes. So this time let's aim for the rock. No. Failed at it twice.
So maybe don't go there. Go up to the cable just above you there. There's a zip line up to there. Look, pretty sky.
Yeah, there's no paintbrushes here for me to use to climb with, so...
Hold space.
all these cliffs around. Not one. Looks like it's been quiet other than that, though.
Yeah. It's fine. We're not really missing anything. People are just running around opening boxes at this stage. No one picks fights this early. Okay.
My key prompt there. And I'm gonna just jump on here, yes.
I think.
Go off. How do I not die from that?
I think you get a buff from the zipline.
Well, that's just rude.
So go do it all again. Back up to the zipline. Then jump up. I can't believe it's so difficult to get like full damage in this game. Because
Well,
you don't have the material, so without being able to build, you can't even go up there and then accidentally jump off.
Accidentally.
Accidentally. I love how you brought me in for like the thrilling Fortnite gameplay analysis.
And
And this is what I'm expected in our cover. Well, she runs up the hill dramatically.
trying
looking,
desperately to
yes.
fall off of a cliff.
You know, the action here is typically like haunted by death. Yes. Go. Forth, yes. No. Oh, yep. Yeah, cool. You took 8 damage. Just 12 and a half or 11 and a half more times. Cool.
Let's see
yeah,
if it's
like,
going to be high enough. No,
it's not going to be high
not
enough.
high enough.
It wouldn't even kill me in like realistic.
I mean, maybe an ankle
let's
sprain
find-
if you don't get it quite right.
How about we just go run into the zone and try to find people the old-fashioned way, killing
I was
ourselves.
thinking
Not
heading
running.
for the pink area.
That's a better idea. Yep. Eventually the zone has to get us. But it's a 1-tick zone, so you're literally going to take 92 seconds to die. A minute and a half of just standing still. And
At least we're guaranteed death here, because nothing else seems to provide me with certain death.
Embrace me. Great Chronicles. Advanced strategies and see if this pays off. Going to maximize distance away from opponents, looking for the optimal position of safety. Because the water very frequently avoided area for a lot of reasons.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
There we go. Look how you spawn. There we go.
Somebody managed to get me. Phenomenal.
Yes, they clipped. Good shots.
Thank you.
you. Yeah. Spectate.
Thank you to Luke. That was great. I appreciate that kill.
Thank you. Yeah. Get your M now, please. Yes. Yeah. You can see vehicles moving, so that at least alludes to some sort of motion.
Or shall we keep beat taking out machine? So that's taking out.
Yeah, I think let's keep flicking through until we see anyone who has signs of an opponent. Right? Nice little loot area here. I mean, this is now starting to get a stacked inventory. When you have this much freedom on the map, you can earn a lot of the bitcoins. They're not bitcoins. They are something stupid like that.
Well, we are now watching. I just had the name. I need to look up again. Ah, Guandile over here from grade 11 as well. We've actually got quite an interesting variety of grades here. We really do have learners from across the spectrum of the school, where we're looking at grade 3 grade 10s, oh, quite a few grade 11s, about 7 of them, 2 matrics, 9 grade 8s, definitely more popular with them. And then about 5, 6 grade 9s as well. That
really is everyone. Yeah.
Yep. We've got a nice variety.
Shout out to the Glenwood boys for actually like getting involved, and that gives you such nice consistency and continuity between your teams, so that you can enter through into stuff like ACBL. I recognize those pajama pants.
We have our comfortable player again. And our most comfortable player, Metafuque, enjoying life to the fullest.
I like it. Just playing on the outside of the zone, nice and safe. Doesn't have a great inventory, would like to stack up a bit more. Just picking up the greens and blues at this stage. At least a variety of weapons, so you can take a fight. It's never about the guns, but they do help.
I suppose variety of guns does make sense. The more situations you're prepared for, better your chances of surviving, man.
Yeah, just missing some sort of long-range damage right now. I mean, the assault rifle is great to start a fight. You can't take any first battles or anything like that, so I think it's a sniper rifle at some stage. And then you can kind of start settling down.
Realistically as well, sniper rifles do make for the most impressive kills to watch.
Yes. Yeah, like the clips that you see is someone who's using like a one shot and then finish, or like a shotgun. It's that quick time to kill. The little it doesn't make for the super exciting stuff unless you're getting amazing tracking. But Wrong. It's the most important part of it.
We are back to Warren
Oh,
over
there. This is good. Stick here. See spot there. And actually going to catch them in the crossfire. Doesn't realize it. And Slasher manages to pick up the kill there. Was that Slasher that we're on? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that was.
Actually does manage to claim it. And now can start turning that attention towards whoever the person was fighting.
That wasn't a
I like that. If you don't get the fight that you're wanting, if your opponent doesn't just show up, don't just stick around hoping something's going to happen. Be proactive. Move from one kill to the next. Oh, actually spots on the tree. The match. Take the fight from on the low ground with that angle, but still manages to take out
Pretty
Ground.
impressive taking out Maybury over there. Callum Maybury, basically. You've got two brothers in.
That was nice footwork. Definitely something that you shouldn't or you won't get away with, I would say, against better players. Taking a slope up, looking upwards like that is just the slopes work for with the head glitch that you literally fighting someone on the low ground behind below you, but manages to confirm it, like keeps calm under pressure, and I like to see that. Okay, let's go away from here. We've seen Slasher. Shongololo! Freaking love that word so much.
It's the most South African of all of our names, I reckon. Back to Oliver here. Our witch hat traffic cone. Oh, in the background, SA Clip taking out.
DJ Soul Crusher is the most metal name I've ever heard. Well done. Yeah, that's something you only get at a boys' school. DJ Soul Crusher.
I wouldn't be so sure. Yes, in this case it's at a boys' school. Let's see what's happening on the map here. Can I get the map back?
No.
There we go.
Don't have a good day.
Slasher.
Have a great day.
Let's move on again. Back to Shongololo.
Oh, there are only 2 people. No, there's 10 people left.
So there's
Such a calm way to observe it. Like, I enjoy the fact that you take the high ground here. So on the 8 of the close is a great way to do that.
Heading into the background. Let's see who else we've got. Mr. Donut Lord, who I do not have the name of.
Yes. Oh my goodness, and that's thematic and everything. I love the commitments. If you're going to commit to a pastry, a donut is a good one. And then I'm really hoping this is just an emote and not like an item in the game that you can randomly fly on a... I don't know what that is.
I believe it's attempting to emulate a dragonfly, at least. Far in the background.
Yep.
Shots going on. But our Donut Lord seems to be...
There. Oh my goodness! Chaotic bounce of a car. Surely you press that though. Like you've just seen where your opponent is.
And you know they're currently taking damage. They've just gone
Yeah,
into the
exactly.
storm.
Push them out of the storm. Come on, guys. He says, not with the awareness. Again, it's so much easier to be a caster. The golden llama. Best shot in the one I could do. I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
Guys.
Let's see who else is doing something.
Oh, nice. Furious battle coming up.
They're holding next to each other.
It's that nice battle. Both these guys are starting nice to come out of it a little bit more high. Bounce up into the air. Try and get the coalescence on top of their head. Doesn't manage to come out there. Well spotted. changing now to that short-range pistol and the shotgun. Trying to make sure that everything is reloaded. Trying to maintain control of the build. Only edit your own builds, by the way. So the guys really want to try and make sure that there's quite enough their turf so that they can open up the window when they want to and stop their opponent from doing so. That's why they come in and knock down their opponent. Another attempt at skyward coalescence. That's twice I've used that word. So it's happened twice. That is the technical name for that move. Kaizen's certainly keeping calm throughout this. This is really nice. Done a lot of damage to their opponents and can afford to slow it down here out of this build and let the storm really take away. And there we go again, those bouncing grenades providing that shockwave up there. Gets another 28-29 damage. And Kaizen eventually takes down Slasher.
So, he had quite a starting on there when he was taking out the forest.
Those two have been like quite dominant in the lobby, or at least very confident in them. You can see that's why they was. You can tell like there's a difference in intensity when there's good players going up against each other.
Yeah, they tend to challenge each other quite nicely as well. Really push each other.
And the fights drag on a little bit more because like you're having to do so much more, and each player is covering all of their weaknesses so well. So I like to see it now when. For a solos fights was quite long. It's a mismatch. Quicker opportunity. Now I'm going to be trading off some of that loot for all the resources that they need as we head to our final 10 in the next zone.
Okay, so let's see who else we have. That's 9. We're at an anonymous.
Some random spray coming out there. Let's go for cars. Sees one in the distance across the bridge. Try and cut the wall. Wait, definitely trying to hunt these kills. I've never seen them. Now they're going to skirt a long way around. And slow as cars again. It's fast and furious. That's all the old actors. That's now to the next away to the next zone.
Yeah, I haven't seen his opponents, although he is running well. He had to give up his vehicle relatively soon.
Yeah, that's got to be one of your junior students because they should not be getting a license anytime soon.
Certainly not on the roads I drive on.
Guys, please don't come up to food there. We go now. 7 players left. A couple of players losing their lives to the storm as they get pushed out and maybe held out by some people. Back to our smudge.
Another unknown player.
Got a really nice position here, so I would not be surprised to see Smudge just kind of controlling this top of the hill in the next zone, waiting for people to come back and having a good time. Nah.
Another anonymous here.
A little bit, still as well. It's nice. Oh, that was a shot. I like this angle. You can see like the zone that everyone's going to want to move to is towards the right, so that's why they've left that side of the build open, and now can start looking at the damage of anyone running towards that.
With their nice long range.
Yeah. You don't expose yourself to anything that's worrying. You got the zone behind you, so you know someone's sneaking up on you. Quite confident that there's no one coming from the left, but always keeping that wall there, just in case.
Well, you can be safe or you can be sorry. Doesn't seem like the game you're going to be sorry more than once before it becomes a real problem.
Yeah, exactly. that's the thing about solos. You have one chance. Okay, here's the play that they've been waiting for the whole time. Even with the storm coming in, still wants to take advantage of this position. Let me use it. Oh, that's so good. That's taking a lot of damage in the meantime. That's gonna wait to push out. Oh, it doesn't spot out.
By Kaizen once more.
This is a good position. That's the awareness. Look how quick that time to kill is. It's half a magazine.
So we're down to our final 4 here.
Kaizen, what didn't manage to make the top 3 though.
Kaizen was our
Oh, nice. Okay. This guy there. This is now the hard part where you've got opponents all around you and you're not sure where to focus your attention. I like a little shotgun shot into the bush there. That was very subtle. Can't afford to tunnel vision for too long like this, and that's why you see players, they'll take 3 or 4 shots and then just start looking at the next player. We've got a nice look guy. Catch the Again, just pulls out, takes a shot, and if something comes from it, but it's just half a second too late and immediately takes some damage themselves. No, okay. So one weird thing I have noticed about Fortnite when I've been doing my commentating, there is a bit of a delay to where their crosshair is as to where they're actually. It looks like they're always shooting behind some server-based.
Kaizen just took out a kill.
Yeah.
Just took out Shongololo.
Right now.
So we're in our top 2, so I'm not sure who else went out with Shongololo there. So let's have
one of the anonymous players, I think.
We have Smudge with us.
Smudge.
Also a player I don't have a name.
No heals, no sustain, a single purple weapon, and a white shotgun to back it up. That is not the inventory you want to be coming into your final 2 with, and Kaizen is certainly in a far better position. So this is up to Smudge now to do something creative. Gets the first sight, pulls it out, gets 26 damage, opens up the trade. Now decides to get on a bit of aggression. White shotgun in hand, putting damage into the bullets, just threatening, faking it out. Just make sure to manage. What? Kaizen just pokes out and takes advantage. Finishes in half a second.
Well, that was quite the finish for that match. Just quickly to those students who are using Anonymous or whose real names I do not have, I will be unable to sort out your any kind of certificates for you unless I get that information. So you're going to have to screenshot and message it to me if you want your accolades to be recognized. Just as a heads up. Otherwise, there is no hope for me to know whose name to put on the certificate. Certainly isn't altruism. Certainly isn't mine. We are not playing.
I want a certificate. Oh. You can just give me you can write anonymous on the certificate, and we'll all know it's mine. That's fine. But good game number 2. Again, we talked about the other certificate, that MVP prize at the end of it, and I mean, there's only one name that's really sticking out to me. It was Slayer did Slasher did certainly impress when we got to see it. But I mean, Kaizen is the name that comes to mind right now.
Well, let's head to a quick break while we prepare for the next round.
Nice.
And it might, I think, be our final round. I'll check on the WhatsApp group, see how the boys feel. All right, so with me having some technical difficulties, shocking, I know, couldn't be predicted. The boys are very keen to just carry on playing, so I'm going to let them go ahead and carry on playing, and we'll just wrap up our side of things here with the stream and let them enjoy the rest of the afternoon. So, parents and all others, let them, just let them. They earned
Holiday
it.
time.
They
They
earned
have
it.
nothing better to do. Literally nothing better. It's cold, it's rainy outside. This is the best thing about esports. You don't get it rained out. Load shedding does have sometimes other things to say about it, but you work the whole time. You want to do something with your friends. You don't have to now try and organize a whole venue or anything. You jump on with friends. You hit up a Discord call. You play solos versus your friends. You play little trios. You group up, and one of the best things, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but my student said it's better than something like cricket or soccer because there you're all spread out. You don't actually get to chat to your friends while doing those sports. Here in esports, you're literally sitting like you're sitting next to each other, having a proper conversation while you wait for the game to start or something like that. So,
Yeah.
well done to you guys at Glenwood and you especially, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, we're going to be heading out. Rusty is also here to say goodbye to everybody. There we go. Hello, boy. Yes,
Bye,
okay,
Rusty.
you can go back to sleep now.
Bye, Rusty.
It's too early in the afternoon for him to be awake at the moment. Back down to sleep he goes. And thank you very much to you, Ultrism, for coming through for me here and all the advice and assistance. There's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and then the things you guys all actually did see it here. So, really, thank you for that one. Definitely couldn't have made it as nice without you. And for the future, maybe I can even twist your arm into coming on and seeing us do our inter-house events next term. We'll have different games. Probably still have Fortnite, but we'll have a couple other different games. Looking at adding in a mobile game as well. Maybe
Mm.
COD Mobile, maybe Clash Royale. We'll see what the votes go for.
I like to see the growth. That's what it's all about. That's why ACGL is doing such cool things. That there are tournaments that you guys are entering into this. That you guys as students are actually committing to practices and showing up for matches, getting involved with stuff like this. The more excited you are, the more people want to help out. And it's a lot of work that can be done. There's so much that can be done, but it takes a lot of effort to get there. And so everyone who puts it in, well done. And if you guys do that, maybe you can twist my arm. Definitely give me a call.
Well, we will keep that in mind. Thank you very much. And I think with that, we can say goodbye.